If I had a nickel for every time I've lived in an intentional community founded by an Indian spiritual leader centered around a golden dome where people do meditative practices, I'd have two nickels, but it's weird that it happened twice. And it's even weirder that the two communities are on opposite sides of the planet and almost completely unrelated. I grew up in Fairfield, Iowa, in the US, out in the country, and these are my parents' miniature pony and donkey there. And Fairfield is this lovely, quiet, idyllic little town that happens to have the center of the transcendental meditation movement of the US in it. This is the art gallery that my family and I co own and run. And Fairfield is a really international community full of the arts. There's film stuff, there's music performances, really cool cafes. This is Cafe Paradiso, which has open mics once a week, and incredible traveling performances come through here all the time. I've ended up on stage with visiting performers and had just wild experiences with that. It's we've had Chuck Mitchell, who used to be married to Joni Mitchell, perform on that same stage that I was just on there. We have contra dances every month. Sometimes I play in the band, sometimes I dance. There's two different dance bands. We always do live music for that. Contra is a really awesome traditional dance form. We have an annual festival, EDM festival, the Symmetry, every summer there. And yeah, we have the golden domes of Maharishi Mahesh Yogi, who founded a university and meditation community in about the 70s. He's the one who was also famous for hanging out with the Beatles back in the day. And yeah, I grew up in that town that he declared to be the center of that movement for the US, and that's Fairfield. And even though I'm now living halfway across the world, I'm still remotely attending Maharishi International University, which is a really lovely, beautiful school, and I'm doing a creative writing program there. And yeah, it was very sad to leave that community. I love it. And yet, here I am halfway across the world in staying near Pondicherry, or in Pondicherry, India, and near Auroville here. And I came here for a tango weekend. I had come here earlier to see a play and visit a few times. And the play was really cool. I talked about that in a previous video. But this time I was doing something new to me. I was staying overnight for a couple of nights, so I'd have a whole weekend to explore instead of just quick trips to specific stores. And at first there was a mix up with my hotel room, and I had to get a different one, and I had to ride on the back of someone's scooter to get to there. Everything's a little spread out and everyone rides on motorcycles, but I eventually got my room here. And it's just a really incredible town. They've got these gift shops with handmade, locally made paper and ceramics and clothing, and just really beautiful economy full of entrepreneurs, incredible food, and this kind of laid back college campus vibe. There's tons of classes offered, and healing centers and workshops, and it feels so much like Fairfield. And here I am getting gussied up to eat something and then go tango. And even just the B&B place I was staying, like, or guest house, it had this like home cooked style food there, and there were incredible tango instructors for this, and a really international community. Like during this one weekend, I danced with people from Germany, Italy, France, Portugal, Switzerland. I met someone from Qatar. I met someone from Brazil. I danced with people from 3 different cities in India. We had a talk session here that was just so sweet and vulnerable and kind about the etiquette of asking people to dance and making sure no one feels embarrassed or let down or anything, and finding the confidence to approach people with this subtle nonverbal body language that is the etiquette for finding a dance partner. And it's just this really incredible, heartfelt community. And there were people coming here from all over India too. And later in March, there's going to be a bigger workshop that I'm really excited for. That one will be 5 days. But everyone in this community has been so kind and passionate and just fun to get to know. And so helpful. I came here, I got a lift, with I hired a cab, and so I didn't have wheels, and it's a really spread out town, and you need a motorcycle basically to live here. And I hitched rides on the backs of so many scooters during this weekend, and had really lovely conversations with the people who helped me out. Went out to dinner with a bunch of them, and they immediately made me feel welcome. It's just a truly wonderful community. And during the dances, I was learning to dance lead instead of follow, which was really intimidating to me. And people were super helpful about that and gave me really kind and patient feedback about my dance. And it's so wild going to a completely different country on the opposite side of the planet, in completely different culture and everything, and feeling strangely at home. Like, it feels so much like the town where I grew up. There's this sisterhood between these two places that I don't know how to explain or describe. And I ended up near this community by kind of a coincidence of who I knew and who I talked to at various times. And it's not that I sought out something exactly the same. And this community, it was built up from just mud and red clay. And I rode on the back of a scooter with a lady who watered those trees and watched them grow up over a lifetime here. And the dream and the vision here is powerful. The community was founded because of a spiritual dream someone had, and this whole layout and vision of this organization all spun from that. And it's got this powerful egalitarian vibe to all of it. And even just the layout of this thing, came in this dream. And this is the dome at the center, called Matra Mandir. And I haven't been in that yet because there's like a week waiting list. And so I need to decide when I'm going to go and then try to sign up and get permission to go in there. But the inside has multiple levels in it and all these little rooms you can go into that each has a different quality to it. And people say that just being in this room is a mind-blowing experience. There's a thing at the top that diverts the sun so that it always has a ray of sunlight coming down into it. And it's this incredible, unique feat of engineering, this whole thing. So I'm falling in love with this community. Well, saying goodbye to the one I miss half a world away.